Okay, and we're on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Providence Day School and Mozak Field for tonight's varsity boys lacrosse game. Today's contest features the Cavaliers from Durham Academy taking on your Chargers of Providence Day. At this time, we're going to play the national anthem and we'll be back shortly.
Okay, I'm gonna unmute us.
We are back from the national anthem. The Cavaliers are coached by John Lancey, and the Chargers of Providence Day are coached by Bobby Thompson, Jeff Thompson, Ken Lober, Jake Faup, and David Oliver.
For today's game, our referee, John Berger. I beg your pardon, the referee, George Rear. The umpire is John Berger, and our field judge, Ross.
The Chargers will be looking for a win tonight, especially after they broke their winning streak earlier this week against Myers Park in overtime. The score was 9-8. Nearing the end, they were up 8-7, I believe, and in overtime they ended up they tied it at 8-8 in overtime. Myers Park won, so they'll be looking for a victory here to improve their standings.
And that was a tough game. First game back after spring break, after starting 5-0 before spring break. So I think by this point, having another week to get back into it, the Chargers should be in good shape.
Yeah, definitely coming back from spring break could have been a disadvantage for them, considering they were favored against Myers Park.
We are just about set for the opening face-off.
Out on the field right now, we have number 12, Connor Corbett, number 1, Jude Cashin, number 14, who is not on the lineup. We have number 11, also not on the lineup, number 15, Will Putman, number 24, Lucas Radcliffe, and number 8, Quinn Huckabee, along with number 2, Merritt Scholl, starting out for the Cavaliers tonight. Stone Ike up for the face-off, first face-off of the game. He battles for it.
All right, we are underway in the first quarter.
That'll be Cavalier ball. Number 11 with the ball hands it over to number 5, Clay Meredith. Meredith to number 12, Connor Corbett. Corbett finding his way around. Corbett to 23. 23 back to 11, who misses that catch, and that'll be Charger ball.
And I think defense is going to be the key for Providence Day today, as long as they have Alex Jesse.
And there he goes. He scores for the Chargers to start off the first quarter. So Chargers now lead 1-0, and we're only a couple minutes into the game. So far, great momentum coming from the Chargers, and like Charlie said, they're going to have great defense, and also Alex brings a lot of great offense for the team as well.
For sure. What I was going to say before Alex scored was that, as long as he is here, it's his senior year, he recently broke the scoring record for the Chargers, I think last year actually.
Oh, wow.
As long as he's out there, the offense is going to be really, really good. But the defense today and even for the rest of the season will be the key for Providence Day to continue being this successful.
That'll be Charger ball. I'm not sure if I can say Stone won the face-off or not, but Scott Thompson over to Joseph McCarthy. He passes it over to number 11, Will Clark. Clark to Schmidt, over to Jesse, back to Thompson. Up top to Joseph McCarthy. McCarthy looks to shoot on goal, and that kind of flew right over it.
Yeah, tough shot by McCarthy. Great defense there by Durham Academy. I think Providence Day could have probably found a better opportunity.
Yeah. I think that was a little bit of a rushed play.
For sure.
Nevertheless, Charger ball. Alex Jesse shoots. Believe that was deflected. Spencer Hill, the goalie for the Cavaliers, passes it over. To sophomore Curry Jennings. Jennings finds his way to the 30-yard line. Sloppy pass over to number 5, Clay Meredith. Meredith to Corbett. Corbett back to number 11. The mystery number, who I don't have on the sheet. 11 back to 14.
Who's also not on here.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out momentarily. Clay Meredith. Great defensive play by number 13, Harry O'Neill. There's a flag called on the field. He's able to force a turnover there, and we're waiting on the call, but it may be a Cavalier advantage after that one. And that'll be Cavalier ball.
And it looks like it is Cavalier advantage.
So that was a foul on number 13, Harry O'Neill. Quinn Huckabee passes it over to number 22, Curry Jennings. Jennings over to number 12, Connor Corbett. Shot taken by number 8, Quinn Huckabee. Goes slightly right.
And that was a really good look. for Huckabee. They have a man advantage right now. Well, not anymore after number 16 comes back in the game. But he was the open man there, just went a little bit too far right.
William McDermott coming into the game with speed and momentum to try to force a turnover for the Chargers.
Oh, sloppy pass there.
Yeah, it'll cost them.
What a hit. Oh, my goodness.
Surprised there's not a flag called on that. Passing is a little off right now with the Chargers, honestly, from both teams, but they're able to recover that ball.
Just
Number 8, Mason Schmidt.
Side note, the Charger player that just made the hit was number 34, Zach Katz. And a couple games ago, he got in trouble for throwing a punch.
Oh, no.
So that was certainly a very good play. Maybe not a few games ago. But nevertheless, he brings energy and intensity for the Chargers.
That was quite the hit. Chargers lost control over that ball, kind of scrambling for it down by the Cavaliers side, but the Cavaliers were able to pick it up and get it back on the offensive side for them. Number 5, Clay Meredith, up by the 40-yard line. He rushes in. He looks to shoot. Great save by Emerson Smith. Emerson Smith has had a great few seasons as Providence Day's goalie.
He sure has. And one of the most interesting things that he does is, I would say about 90% of the time, whenever he has the ball in his hand, he won't wait and pass it short to the 20 or 30-yard line. He'll launch it downfield to about midfield, and it works out most of the time.
Yeah. I vaguely remember a pretty crazy play, I think, from the beginning of either this season or the end of last season. He, either ran it all the way up to the and scored maybe, or, threw it all the way. I don't remember, but it was something crazy that he accomplished. Jeremy Masucci's into the game. He passes it over to Will Clark, over to Scott Thompson, who picks up the speed, rushes in. Looks like that was an attempt on goal. It went slightly left.
Still Charger ball, though. They backed it up.
Mm-hmm. Alex Jesse with the ball. Jesse finding his way around number 22, Curry Jennings. He passes it over to Masucci. Masucci slips, quickly recovers. Heavily guarded by number 11.
Yeah, great defense here.
Yeah.
Good job by Masucci there, just getting it out.
He's not able to force his way in while being guarded by number 11. Scotty Thompson takes a shot, flies left.
Good shot. And our public address man, Tim Donnelly, just said it perfectly. Good look for Scott Thompson, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Mm-hmm.
Same deal there with Jesse.
Schmidt passes it to Jesse. Jesse back to Thompson up top. Thompson trying to find his way around number 22. He shoots. Great save by number 31, Spencer Hill.
Well, the Chargers have been playing a lot of offense so far, and Spencer Hill has done a really nice job. Just one goal allowed, although he has been the center of attention for the majority of this game, being right there on defense. I think a timeout was called.
And I believe that was I don't know, I can't tell. They'll tell us in a moment.
I think timeout called by Providence Day.
For the entire game. So again, I hope you dressed appropriately. Thanks again for coming out and supporting the Chargers lacrosse team here today. The timeout was by Durham Academy.
Pardon, timeout was by Durham, not Providence Day.
5 dedicated recreational teams consisting of its own students. Teams are directed by Providence Day's 5th grade teacher and coach, J.D. Schmidt, they're in action, will play the Carolina Lacrosse Association Cardinals on TD's Rooster Turf. That'll be at 12 noon and also at 1. And on Sunday, they'll play the Team 91 Ducks at the Matthews Sportsplex at 12 noon.
And that was Tim Donnelly telling us a little bit about what the Chargers will be up to in the near future. On March 26th, they'll play Catholic at 7 p.m. and on March 28th, they'll play Huff at 7 o'clock. So make sure to tune in or come out and support your Chargers. Number 15, Will Putman, guarded by William McDermott. He passes it down and behind over to number 1, Jude Cashin. Cashin guarded by great defense by Kyle Van Dam. He passes it over to number 5, Clay Meredith. Meredith to Putman. William McDermott, he's able to slide by William. He shoots and it goes wide.
Putman doing it all himself there. Got around a few defenders.
Yeah.
But like we've seen a few times, just not able to connect on the goal.
Yeah. And the Cavaliers have definitely put up a really strong fight so far. Defense from both teams is phenomenal. Passing is a little iffy, but it's raining outside. It's slippery out there. So it's hard to keep control as much as it would be on days that it's sunny and perfect outside. So both teams are putting up a good fight.
There's another sloppy pass there. And yeah, we've seen it also. Some players have slipped already. The elements definitely playing a factor in this game.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Scott Thompson finding his way back. Guarded by number 7, Wyatt Jerrigan. Trying to find his way around Jerrigan. And he shoots and scores. Scotty Thompson scoring the second goal of the game. Phenomenal execution there. Great getting around the defense by Jerrigan and Cashin. That was some very strong defense, and he was able to push through and shoot and connect. So bringing the Chargers to a greater lead and starting them off strong.
Well, yeah, you said it. That was a really nice job by Thompson. He did it all by himself. And what Providence Day has done so far is they've shot high. What Scott did is he used his size, as in he's shorter, so he can go lower, and he skipped that across the ground, right around the defender, spin move, and he made it look really easy there.
Yeah. So that'll be Cavalier ball. I'm not sure what to call it when the ref blows the whistle, and it really isn't a definite who won the face-off. Like, is it technically the Cavaliers won the face-off, even though they didn't have to fight for it?
I guess so. I mean, I guess if they got ball. I'm not a lacrosse expert, but
we'll have to look into that for the next game. Great offense by number 15, Will Putman. He takes a shot, bounces off the ground.
Another sloppy pass there.
Yeah.
Couldn't really tell what the Chargers were trying to do with that one.
Matthew McCoy passes it to Kyle Van Dam. Van Dam to Jesse. Over to McCarthy. Back to Clark. Clark speeds up a little. He passes it to Thompson. I think what we can tell is that Thompson, he likes to speed up the game and the play and kind of be the one to execute the plan.
For sure. He plays at his own pace. He's kind of the quarterback of the offense at times. Obviously, Jesse takes the lead for the most part. But Scott Thompson, he can do it himself as well.
And his brother was a lot like that as well. As Joseph McCarthy comes in and he scores the third goal of the game for the Chargers.
And I think that was unassisted. Again, we've seen it 3 times already. Providence Day scoring unassisted goals. Against Myers Park, for the most part, their goals were assisted. And so far this season, they have been as well. But today, in the rain where passes have been sloppy, I think they're making a conscious effort to try and create offense one by themselves.
We have Jack Langston in for the faceoff this time. This time he wins the faceoff. He passes it over to William McDermott. And you were right, it was an unassisted goal.
Joseph McCarthy, unassisted in the 9th minute. Providence Bay up 3-0.
9 minutes into this one, PD already has a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, PD was definitely able to turn on the gas, get their offense moving a lot faster than previously, I would say.
What a shot by McCarthy. Wow. And that's back-to-back goals for McCarthy. He just scored the third one. That one was assisted. I think it was Alex Jesse who got that, which would give him 1 goal and 1 assist already here in the first quarter.
And we'll get confirmation on that assist as well.
But, I mean, McCarthy's been playing really well. I think that's his 3rd or 4th shot that he's gotten off. He's gotten some really good looks. He's taken some tough shots also. And he's already scored twice, so we're seeing the results.
Providence Bay Gould, 4th goal of the game, his 2nd of the game. Number 22, Joseph McCarthy. The assist, number 5, Alex Jesse.
And yeah, it was assisted by Alex Jesse. Chargers back on defense. Schmidt makes his way around back. Schmidt guarded by number 24, Lucas Radcliffe. He shoots. Number 31, Spencer Hill, with a great save. Almost lost control, but he was able to recover that.
Well, nice aggressiveness by Schmidt there. Again, like we've seen all game long, they're kind of playing isolation offense, and it's worked. And that time it did. But Spencer Hill came in with a clutch save.
We also don't have number 23, so after this quarter, we'll go and find out our missing numbers, what their last names are. Number 11, guarded by number 4, Matthew McCoy. Number 23 rushes back. He passes it over to number 12, Connor Corbett, over to the sideline where number 1, Jude Cashin, is. He passes it back to 11, over to number 23. 23 finding his way in, goes for a shot, and it goes wide. Ground ball.
Still going to be Cavaliers ball.
That looks like it was going to be a shot. It came off from the stick a little late and went up. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. It is 4-0. Alex Jesse scored the first goal. Scott Thompson scored the second goal, and Joseph McCarthy scored the third and the fourth goal. The third was unassisted, and the fourth was assisted by Alex Jesse. And we need to get confirmation on who the first 2 goals were assisted by. Do you know?
The first 2 goals were unassisted. Actually, the first 3 were unassisted.
Okay.
But then the 4th one was Alex Jesse on the assist. And we'll be back in a moment for this. That'd be great.
I
But
will.
yeah.
We're back. Jack Langston fighting for the face-off. Quite a scramble, and it looks like Cavaliers picked it up. And number 13 was able to recover that ball. That's Harry O'Neill.
Some confusion right now. And it will be Charger ball.
McDermott passes it up to, looks like that's,
Schmidt, maybe?
yeah, that's Mason Schmidt over behind back to Alex Jesse. Over to number 22, Joseph McCarthy. McCarthy slowing down play.
It's raining a lot harder right now, something to keep an eye on.
He passes over to Will Clark. Will Clark, believe that deflected off the post. He goes for a shot and is not able to connect there. Schmidt bringing it back in. Passes it back to Will Clark over to McCarthy. McCarthy finding Alex Jesse. Instead, he moves in, takes a shot, and he scores for the 5th goal of the game. That is his 3rd in a row. Joseph McCarthy.
Well, a takeover from McCarthy. You usually see these types of performances from Alex Jesse. A really nice job on that play once again by McCarthy. Doing it by himself.
Yeah, that was another unassisted goal, right?
I believe it was.
I think he had it for a while before. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he's really creating good looks by himself, and the most important part is that he is executing.
At Providence Day.
Number 12, Stone Ike fighting for the faceoff. He's not able to connect there.
For number 22, Joseph McCarthy. Unassisted in the 1st minute of the 2nd quarter. Again, that Chargers goal, 22, Joseph McCarthy, his 3rd of the game, unassisted in the 1st minute of the 2nd quarter. Chargers up 5-0.
Number 11 passes it up top to number 5, Clay Meredith, who rushes in, passes it back to number 12, and he's not able to connect on that pass there. Number 18 picks it up, Will Dodds.
I think that was just some miscommunication by Durham Academy.
Yeah.
That was not necessarily a hard play to execute.
Yeah.
We just got a little bit sloppy. Nice pass to Scott Thompson. Oh,
He picks it up, he recovers, and then that'll be Cavalier ball.
some kind of turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what happened. Offsides, maybe?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't really know how the offsides work in lacrosse, though, to be completely honest. That looks like a fast break.
So that'll be Charger ball again. Kyle Van Dam to McCarthy. McCarthy passes it back to Schmidt. Schmidt around back to Jesse. Jesse back to Schmidt. Over to McCarthy. McCarthy to Jesse. Back to McCarthy. Over to Schmidt. Schmidt picks up the speed, finds his way around towards the 10-yard line. The ball is out of possession of the Chargers. It's being kicked around, looking to go out of bounds, and it's picked up a little bit too late, and that'll be Cavalier ball.
Well, Coach Thompson's mad about something.
Yeah.
Timeout, Providence Day.
Called a timeout. That looks like it may have gone out of bounds, but we cannot tell.
A side note, but I've been watching a lot of hockey with Tim Donnelly and kind of shadowing him with Charlotte Rush hockey. And one thing I've noticed is that, well, first of all, there's a lot more physical disputes in hockey than there is in lacrosse, from what I can tell. But the biggest thing is that they want to protect their goalie, which I haven't necessarily seen a lot of angst over the goalie in other sports. When I've watched soccer, lacrosse, football, I mean, there's not a goalie in football, but like the fact that they want to really protect one specific player, and when something goes wrong, you have 10 hockey guys coming over to protect the goalie. It's interesting to me because I would assume it would kind of be like that in lacrosse as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like they kind of treat the goalie in hockey as if it was the quarterback in football.
Right.
You know, the kind of saying in football is don't touch my quarterback.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, the goalie in hockey is certainly an important position.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting.
And right now we have Tim Donnelly doing our PA for this game upstairs. And we're back from the timeout. Number 11 passes it over to number 12, Connor Corbett. Corbett guarded by number 18, Will Dodds. He's able to find his way out towards number 5, Clay Meredith, passing it back and around. Ball finds its way up top. Great defense by William McDermott. Still Cavalier ball.
That was a tough shot there by number 23, who we do not have on our roster.
Yeah, so we're still missing number 11, 14, and 23, and we'll get those figured out as soon as we can.
There may have been a couple jersey changes.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be Cavaliers ball still.
Number 1, Jude Cashin, rushing around Kyle Van Dam.
Nice shot there.
So he passes it over to number 23, which once again we don't have the name. And then I believe was that number 14 who just scored?
Yeah.
So yeah, we also don't have the name of 14, which is a little embarrassing on our part, but I guess they made a switch before the game, and our stream director is actually a lacrosse coach as well. So
it was 23 passing it to 14 for the goal. Cuts the lead to 4. Still a comfortable lead, though, for the Chargers. It's nice to see them kind of pick it back up after the loss on Tuesday night to Myers Park.
They've got to keep up the momentum, though. Stone Ike wins that face-off. I believe that's his first face-off win of the night. Scotty Thompson rushing in, retreating a few yards. He passes it over to Schmidt. Schmidt finding his way around Lucas Radcliffe. He comes around to the left. Yep, and there's going to be a flag on the field. That was a hit. Possibly, I'm not sure.
Cross-check, maybe?
Yeah. Play continues. Jesse.
We saw a really physical game on Tuesday against Myers Park. There was flags after flags after flags. Many cross-checks. Hits in the back. Here's McCarthy. He's been on a roll so far.
He shoots again. That'll be a ground ball. Going left. But yeah, you're right. He's definitely had a really strong game today and has brought the Chargers to this significant lead, because without his goals, it would be 2-1 right now. And
let's see what the ref says about this call. So a 1-minute locked-in penalty on the Chargers. Hit to the head. Was that on the Chargers?
I think it was the Cavaliers.
Yeah, because it looks like the Chargers are going to play 6-on-5 right now.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity for the Chargers to gain an even greater advantage.
And yeah, it's locked in, so even if Providence Day scores a goal, which they just did,
That would be, I believe, Alex Jesse assisted that.
to William McCarthy.
Yep.
So the penalty still applies since it's locked in. Nice offense there. That was easy. They have man advantage. Find the open man. And a good play to extend the lead. Nice answer by the Chargers.
Great play and execution there. That was definitely an opportunity that they were probably expected to take advantage of, and they did. So.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Thompson would have
Yeah.
would have let them get away with that one. They're gonna try and do it right again.
Stone Ike fighting for the face-off. He's able to pick it up, and I believe, is that a timeout called by...
Yeah, Coach Thompson called a timeout there. And it is Charger ball. When we come back. All right, Ron.
And we're back after the timeout called by Coach Thompson. Joseph McCarthy with the ball. He passes it up top to Scott Thompson, over to Will Clark. Schmidt back to Clark, over to Joseph. He passes it to Alex Jesse. And back to Scotty, and he goes for a shot, and he's able to get it right down there in the bottom left corner. Great execution, quick play by the Chargers.
Well, you said it. The execution was great there. It looked like Thompson drew up Coach Thompson drew up a play during the timeout, and they were still in a man advantage, so all they had to do is just pass it around like in basketball, pass it around the perimeter, look for Scott Thompson, who again used his ability to put the ball in the bottom of the net, and he scored his second goal of the day for the Chargers. And Joseph McCarthy gets his first assist as well to go along with his 3 goals.
Oh, was that an assist by Joseph or Alex?
By Joseph.
Okay.
I believe.
I thought it was Alex. I think it was. But
You're right, yeah. Our PA announcer, Tim Donnelly, just said it was Alex on the assist, so you got it right. That's Alex's 3rd assist.
It's good to see that he's supporting his team because, like, as we know, Alex can come into pretty much any conference game and any game in general for the Chargers and score an exorbitant amount of points. So he's kind of laying off the gas and letting his team take control today while also supporting them, which is good to see.
For sure. Well, that's what the best players do. You know, they find opportunities for themselves, but also their teammates.
Right. Kyle Van Dam passes it over to number 17. 17, William McCarthy passes it back to Scott Thompson. He takes a shot, and it goes wide. Schmidt coming in, guarded by number 24, Lucas Radcliffe. Great defense by Radcliffe. He's been a pretty strong defensive player for the Cavaliers tonight.
Sure has.
was kind of an underhanded attempt on goal by number 8, Mason Schmidt. I don't think everyone was expecting that, so great idea goes above the goal.
Yeah, well, that was a tough shot by Schmidt. He still had his defender on him, and then another one was closing out. They may have been able to find a better shot, but yeah, great creativity.
Jesse passes it to Masucci, and Masucci's knocked to the ground after taking an attempt on goal.
And it's still going to be Chargers ball, but you saw the goalie, Spencer Hill, dive to try and get the backup. But it ends up in the hand of Schmidt again, double teamed. Great defense by Durham.
Yeah, pushing the Chargers out farther and farther for this play. Jesse looking to find his way in. He's able to, and he dives for that shot, and he scores. Great shot there. Great way to get around the defense. We weren't sure if that was going to be a possibility for that play, but he was able to execute and bring the Chargers 8-1.
Well, you've seen him all game long. You know, you just mentioned that he's been finding good looks for his teammates so far this game. He already has 3 assists. But that time he took it himself, and it worked out very well. That was a really tough shot. It was assisted. I couldn't tell who it was assisted by, though, but really nice job by Jesse making things happen. And they've already matched their goal total from Tuesday against Myers Park. Just a side note.
Jack Langston fighting for the face-off. Ball's rolling. Chargers still fighting for it. Alex Jesse picks it up. Jesse passes it to McCarthy. McCarthy to Krause, who misses that pass, which we've seen quite a bit tonight from all around, really.
What a move by Krause.
Yeah. Great stealth there. He passes it to McCarthy. And Krause has had a pretty strong season so far, too. I remember the last game I was working on, as soon as he came into the game, not even 30 seconds passed, and he had scored a goal. So he comes in with a lot of energy for the Chargers.
That's impressive, and you'd like to see that by, your senior leaders. Having that energy guy coming off the bench is important. I think Durham Academy took a timeout there.
Yes.
They sure did. And we will be right back. Yeah, me too. I'll turn it back on.
And we're back. Number 23 passes it over to number 11. 11 guarded by number 12. Stone Ike. Ball flies. And number 1, Jude Cashin, picks it up. Play begins. Kyle Van Dam on Cashin. Cashin passes it around left to number 12. That'll be Connor Corbin. He makes his way in and scores for Durham Academy.
I mean, that was, yeah, you got to give him credit. That was a great goal there. He was in heavy traffic.
Mm-hmm. It didn't look like he had a direction at first, but when he saw the opportunity, he kind of just weaseled his way in there and scored for Durham Academy. And I mean, we're not even to halftime yet, so if the Cavaliers were able to really turn on the defense and the offense, I think they could make a comeback.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them, but I think going down big early rather than going down big late is certainly preferable. You don't want to go down big at all, but they do have time. They have
And as we say that, number 15, Will Putman, picks up the face-off quite elegantly. It'll be number 11 finding his way in. Great defense by number 4, Matthew McCoy. Another shot taken by number 11. It goes wide.
You know, we're seeing Durham get shots up, which is good. If you're a Durham Academy fan, they are still losing the shooting battle 10-6.
Yeah.
But they've had some good opportunities. They've connected a couple times. Shooting numbers still definitely need to go up if they want to make a comeback.
Alex Jesse with his speed coming all the way up the field towards the 10-yard line. He passes it out. Not sure who he was trying to pass that to. It looked like Scotty Thompson, but number 11 recovers it for the Cavaliers and passes it over to number 1, Jude Cashin. Cashin slowing down the pace of the game. He passes it over to number 23. Over to number 5, Clay Meredith. Meredith to Putman. Putman gaining speed. Finding his way around Stone Ike, and he scores. So that'll be their third goal of the game, scored by Will Putman. I'm not sure if that was assisted or not yet.
I'm pretty sure that was unassisted. I may be wrong, though. Great job by Putman. It was, listen, he had a really good look. He sprinted about 10 yards down the field, and it was just about execution. That's what he needed to do, and he did it.
And who scored? Remind me, who scored before Will Putman?
It was Connor Corbett, number 12.
So we haven't seen this throughout the game yet, and as Jack Langston wins the face-off, regains speed, passes it to Jesse. As I was saying, we haven't seen this from the Cavaliers throughout the game at all yet, so they've picked up some momentum. Not sure, maybe their coach has given them a different route to take, but a lot of it can be mental too, in any sport. So they've definitely redirected the way they're playing and picking up the speed for sure.
And they have a lot of time to go. You know, we're in the middle of March Madness right now, so it's that time of the year. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So I think the Chargers just need to stay on the gas, and then they'll end up winning this game. But if they don't, and if the Cavaliers keep doing what they're doing right now, then this could get interesting. Long way to go, though, on both sides.
Anything really can happen. I mean, we saw that with Oakland messing up the entire country's bracket.
Oh, my goodness. It just happens. It's that time of the year.
Yeah. I've seen some crazy things so far. It's a fun time of year. Will Clark passing it over to Jesse. Jesse to number 17, William McCarthy with a ground ball. Number 8, defenseman Quinn Huckabee was looking for an opportunity for a turnover there and wasn't quite able to get in the way. But nevertheless, Joseph McCarthy coming in, passing it over to number 5, Alex Jesse. Great pass by Jesse. Joseph loses control.
great aggressiveness.
Yeah. Wyatt Jerrigan comes in, picks up the ball. Passes it over to number 8, Quinn Huckabee. Passes incomplete. That'll be Charger ball. 4 seconds left in this half. Scotty Thompson attempts to stop that pass, and he's not able to. The Chargers are now finishing the half 8-3. Do you want to run us through some of the goals so far?
Sure, so Scott Thompson has 2 goals. Alex Jesse has 2 goals and 3 assists. So a really nice first half for the Chargers' best player. William McCarthy has a goal, and then his twin brother, well, actually Irish twin brother, Joseph, has 3 goals. And for Durham Academy, number 14, we do not have his number, or pardon, his name. He has a goal. Connor Corbett, number 12, has a goal. And number 15, Will Putman, has a goal. That makes the score 8-3 Chargers. And we will be back in about 10 minutes for the start of half. to.
We are back from the halftime. We had the little lower schoolers playing lacrosse during halftime, which was adorable. And right now, Stone Ike up for the face-off. He's up against number 15, Will Putman. There's a scramble, and number 8 picks it up, Quinn Huckabee. Huckabee, who's been a great contributor for the Cavaliers tonight. He starts off the second half with momentum. 15, Will Putman.
And there are the totals for the 8 goals in that first half for Providence. They were underway now in the third quarter.
So a really nice first half by the Chargers. They got out to an 8-3 lead. Alex Jesse, Joseph McCarthy led the way. They were up 8-1 late in the first half, and then Durham Academy scored a couple goals.
That was William McDermott making his way around 3 Cavaliers, passing it over to Scott Thompson. Joseph McCarthy finding his way around back. He passes it over to number 2, Scott Thompson. Looks like he's about to take a shot. He decides not to, passes it over to Jesse. Jesse still trying to get his way through the defense. Finds an opening over to Will Clark. Will Clark scores his first of the game. So that was assisted by Alex Jesse. Great execution there. Great play by the Chargers.
Well, that's Jesse's 4th assist already. He had 3 in the first half, and then he comes out here in the second half in just the second minute and gets another one. Really nice goal there by Will Clark. He found himself pretty wide open there in the center of the field, and he executed just like the Chargers have been doing all game long. Really nice response coming out of halftime after a couple goals had been scored in a row by Durham Academy.
Okay. Oh, are we on? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We enjoy the game too, guys. Don't worry.
So that was number 8, Quinn Huckabee coming in, and
number 15, I think, was scored that.
Yeah. Sorry, we had to pause for a second. We came back on the stream a little bit intense about the game. So we're going to get confirmation on that, but I believe that was assisted by Quinn Huckabee and scored by Will Putman.
A nice response there by Durham Academy. Putman scored his second goal of the game right after Providence Day scored.
And if they can treat this like a blank slate, which they seem to be already doing, they can definitely make a comeback.
Yeah, I think the mentality that Durham Academy needs to have is, hey, if Providence Day can outscore us 8-3.5, we can do the same thing to them. I mean, the Chargers are obviously a very good team, and they responded really well since Tuesday, but if you're Durham Academy, you got to have the mentality.
Right.
Nice defense there. I think that was O'Neal.
Yeah. Chargers are able to recover the ball. I was about to say Durham has definitely kept it more in their offensive zone so far in this second half, but we see the Chargers making a recovery and putting the ball back in play for their favor. So William McDermott passes it over to Jesse. Jesse to Schmidt. Schmidt to Thompson. Slowing it down, passing it back up top to Clark. Clark to McCarthy. McCarthy back. Over to Jesse. Joseph to Clark, and Clark scores his second of the game, assisted by number 22, Joseph McCarthy. So that'll be the second of the half. scored by Will Clark. Both of the goals in the second half have been by Will, and that was assisted by Joseph McCarthy.
And I think one of the interesting things now is, well, for one, the rain has stopped. And second, I think that has resulted in Coach Thompson's team passing it around a lot more. On that play, everybody in the offensive side of the field for the Chargers touched the ball at least one time. Jesse quarterbacked it along with Thompson and Clark. And really nice job by Joseph McCarthy finding Will Clark for his second goal of the half.
Langston and Putman fight for the faceoff. Putman's able to gain possession, and I think that's one thing that the Cavaliers are doing well tonight and the Chargers are lacking on. It's the faceoffs. I think that despite the score, the Cavaliers have won or at least forced a majority of the faceoffs in their favor.
22, Joseph McCarthy in the second minute of the third quarter, 10-4, Providence Bay.
Number 12 loses control of the ball, goes over his head. There's a fight on it for the field. It's picked up by number 11 for the Cavaliers. Great defense on Kyle Van Dam. By Kyle Van Dam. 11 passes it over to Cashin. Garrett Holt on Cashin. He passes it back and it goes out of bounds. Charger ball.
It's kind of scrappy play on that possession. That it looks like a broken play, I would say. Not really scrappy. Sloppy and broken, I would call it. And great job by the Chargers keeping up the intensity on defense and forcing a turnover.
I'm sorry, that was Cavalier ball. Super strong shot taken by number 23 for the Cavaliers. And we have an update. Number 23 is Camden Hughes and number 14 is Cole Bell. So we'll be using those throughout. And like Tim Donnelly said, if you heard, that was an amazing save by Emerson Smith. Joseph McCarthy with the ball. Passes it over to Will Clark. Will Clark begins play. He passes it over to Mason Schmidt.
Did he
Schmidt
just do a
cutting
fake
in.
behind the back pass?
Oh, I didn't catch it. I was writing down. He may have. And Durham forcing a turnover. Great play by Durham Academy. It's number 8, Quinn Huckabee, over to number 24, Lucas Radcliffe. He passes it up. Once again, there's no execution there for the Cavaliers, but yet there was a great opportunity. It's a fight for it. Joseph McCarthy, guarded by number 22, Curry Jennings. Joseph passes it up top to Scotty Thompson. Over to number 13, and then right to Alex Jesse, who takes advantage of that opening and scores for the Chargers, bringing the score 11-4 in the second half. So I believe that was assisted by number 13, Harry O'Neill.
Well, nice job there by the Chargers. Durham Academy has come into the second half playing very aggressive. Their energy is way up, but the Chargers have found a way to respond every time that Durham Academy throws something at them, which is really nice to see. Especially, I keep bringing it up, but after that loss on Tuesday night, it's good to see the Chargers bouncing back today.
Right. Jack Langston with the face-off. Durham picks it up. Putman over to number 1. Jude Cashin, who passes it over to number 12, Connor Corbett, who goes for a shot on goal. Super close attempt right there. Goes just slightly right and wide, the goal.
Well, Corbett had an opportunity, kind of an awkward angle, but he certainly could have made something happen there.
Sorry, I'm a little sick, so doing the best we can. 11's the only number we don't have, and he scores for Durham Academy. Just as I was about to say, we were not able to get the name of number 11, and we still don't have it. He has scored for Durham Academy Cavaliers tonight. So that brings the disadvantage to a little bit less and a little bit more doable. Once again, there's another quarter to go and 5 minutes left in this first quarter of the second half, so plenty of time to make something happen. And from what I can see, I think Durham Academy has done a much better job in the second half so far, forcing turnovers, winning the faceoff, as number 15, Will Putman, wins another faceoff, and just trying to get it on the offensive side for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how you start your offenses, at midfield by the faceoffs, and you've said it a couple times, they've been winning those. Nice save by Emerson Smith there.
Yeah, great save. Great defense by the Chargers as well. I believe that was number 13, Harry O'Neill, who was forcing Putman out earlier. Kyle Van Dam with the ball. Great save by number 31, Spencer Hill.
I think Kyle Van Dam kind of rushed that a little bit.
Yeah.
They had numbers, but that was probably not the best shot by Van Dam.
Number 23 coming in with speed. William Kirshner dives for the ball, trying to save it. Will Putman with the ball. He's met with number 6, Garrett Holt. Cavaliers with possession, kind of a rushed, sloppy shot taken by number 12 for the Cavaliers, Connor Corbett. But like I said, they're making more opportunity, creating more opportunity for themselves. So if they were able to execute a little better, they have a chance at this game.
Yeah, and that's the second time this quarter that Corbett has kind of rushed a shot. He scored in the first half, so I'm sure his confidence is high. But he just hasn't been able to finish. I mean, he's had good shots. He's had some really good opportunities, but he just hasn't been able to connect in this quarter.
Agreed. And Scotty Thompson passes it over to Alex Jesse. Jesse met with number 22, Curry Jennings. Jennings making himself a lot more visible in this second half so far. Great defensive plays.
And there's a flag down on the field. I didn't notice that, but it's by the 40-yard line. I'll be interested to see what that's on.
Shot taken by number 2, Scotty Thompson. Amazing save by number 31, Spencer Hill, for the Cavaliers.
They didn't say what the flag was on, but we saw it for a third time there.
Oh.
30-second penalty offside. Chargers a man up.
So 30-second man up for the Chargers after the penalty on Durham Academy.
And like they took advantage of this in the first half, let's see if the Chargers are able to execute this one-man advantage in the second half.
And yeah, we're gonna see them passing it around a lot, trying to find the open man, because there is going to be someone open.
Losing the ball for a second, but Scotty picks it back up. He passes it over to Joseph McCarthy. Over to Jesse. Back to McCarthy. Over to Clark. Back to McCarthy. And Clark slowing the ball down, forcing their way in a little, pressuring Durham. Great save by number 31, Spencer Hill. Spencer Hill has been a lot more attentive and ready for anything in the second half, for sure.
I agree. And I think for the Chargers, that's the shot that they wanted. You know, we saw them passing it around, being very patient on the perimeter, waiting for the open shot because they had the man advantage. And eventually they found it with Thompson, but it was a really nice save by Spencer Hill.
Number 5, Clay Meredith. He rushes in, tries to find an opening. He passes it back to number 1, Jude Cashin. Cashin over to Corbett. Corbett up top. Over to number 23, Camden Hughes. Hughes to 11, our mysterious number. 11 to, oh my gosh, what a play. So that was 11 right to number 23, Camden Hughes with an underhanded shot right in the bottom left or bottom right corner of the goal. Perfect execution right there by Camden Hughes, and that'll bring the Cavaliers 6-11. So Chargers still with a great advantage.
Well, you said it there. Nice execution by the Cavaliers. They have not been able to do that very much today, and it may end up being too little too late for Durham Academy, but good to see there. Chargers still with a healthy lead here, 11-6. Looks like number 15 slipped, and they're gonna call that a some variant of a push in the back on number 12, Stone Ike. Is that how you say his name?
Ike.
Ike. Stone Ike, pardon me. Nice move there.
Ground ball by
Corbett.
After a shot, taken by Connor Corbett.
And that's his third or fourth shot that he's gotten up here in the third quarter. He's 0 for 3 so far, but he's getting some good opportunities. Nice job there, getting around the defense.
About a little over 1 minute to go in this first quarter of the second half. So third quarter, the energy is great on both sides. I think the Chargers can tell that if they don't keep up what they're doing and what's working, they could lose a potential lead with this new Cavalier team coming in the second half with a new kind of energy. Emerson Smith is going to throw it in for the Chargers.
For sure. And I think as long as Providence Day finds a way to respond to whatever Durham throws at them, then this 5-goal lead should be able to hold strong. Nice job by Masucci taking it down the field.
Turnover forced.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll
still be Charger ball. Jesse's going to back it up.
But great play by number 8, Quinn Huckabee. Jesse passes it over to Scott Thompson.
Nice shot.
And Spencer Hill is just not able to save that one. It goes right, bottom right of the goal. Great execution by Scott Thompson.
Really nice job there. You said it. Scott Thompson has done the same thing on all 3 of his goals today. First off, really nice performance by Thompson. He's shot it really low, using his low center of gravity. And by the way, Alex Jesse, 5 assists and 3 goals so far today. Harry O'Neal coming into the game.
Calvin Krause into the game. He passes it over to Mason Smith. Schmidt. Thompson back to Schmidt. Cavalier ball. Number 22, Curry Jennings launches it up at the end of the third quarter, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. I can go over the Providence Day goals, and do you want to go over the Cavalier goals?
Sure.
Okay. So first we had 2 goals starting off the very beginning of this second half by Will Clark. First one was assisted by Alex Jesse, and the second one was assisted by Joseph McCarthy. The third goal of the second half was Alex Jesse and assisted by Harry O'Neal. And that final goal for the Chargers was Scott Thompson, and I'm not sure if that was an unassisted goal or not. But
It was assisted by Alex Jesse.
okay, assisted by Alex Jesse.
And then for Durham Academy, they've scored 6 times in this game. Number 23, Camden Hughes, scored a goal. Number 12, Connor Corbett. Number 15, Will Putman, has scored twice. And then number 14, Cole Bell, has scored, as well as number 11, who we don't have on our roster. And we will be back in just a moment for the start of quarter number. We're back here for the start of quarter number 4. The Chargers have a healthy 12-6 lead against Durham Academy. Durham Academy scored 3 goals in the third quarter. Providence Day scored 4. Nice aggressiveness by Durham Academy, but the Chargers force a turnover. Here's Schmidt.
Great defense by number 24, Lucas Radcliffe on Schmidt. Schmidt's forced to pass it up top, back to Scotty Thompson. Thompson being pushed back once again, over to Alex Jesse. Alex Jesse slowing down pace of the game. He passes it back to Thompson, over to Will Clark. Will Clark bringing on the speed, tries to cut in. He passes it back to Scotty Thompson, over to Alex Jesse. Jesse picking up the speed. He loses possession of the ball. Ball is loose. It's picked up by number 24, Lucas Radcliffe.
Nice pass by Radcliffe there.
Yeah. Picked up by Quinn Huckabee. Huckabee just forcing his way through number 17, William McCarthy. Coming in almost to an open opportunity, but he's guarded and stopped by number 18, Will Dodds, with great defense for the Chargers. 23, Camden Hughes. Slowing it down a little bit. Passing it up top to number 11. I think that's 11.
It is. An isolation on Scotty Thompson.
Great defense. Their number 11 cannot find his way in.
Yeah, this is really
towards the
great job
goal,
by Thompson.
pushing him farther and farther out. Over to number 14, Cole Bell. Bell around back. Number 12, Connor Corbett. Once again being pushed out and forced to pass by the Chargers. Number 5 with a great pass. Over to number 11. 11 finding an opportunity. He tries to shoot low, and I believe that's a goal by number 11, our mystery player.
That's his second goal of the game. And once again, I think the Chargers will be fine here.
Yeah.
With under 10 minutes to go in the game. But I think now it's for Durham Academy, taking momentum into their next game. Following this one. A little bit of a weird game today. It was supposed to start at 7 o'clock, but the rain pushed it forward a little bit. And we're still having some rain throughout this game. It was really heavy in the first half, kind of calmed down in the third quarter, but now it's back just a little bit.
This will be Will Putman being forced around back. He passes it over to number 1, Jude Cashin. Cashin to Meredith. Meredith to number 23, Camden Hughes. Hughes back to Corbett. Durham Academy really looking for an opportunity here to score before the time runs lower. Number 5, Clay Meredith. The Chargers are just doing an amazing job on defense, keeping them out of that box.
Good defense by the Chargers.
Yeah.
You said it. Forcing the turnover. Oh, sloppy pass there.
And a little bit of a slip, too.
Yeah, the rain's getting to them.
Alex Jesse picks it up. He speeds in. Number 22. Great save by number 31, Spencer Hill. I'm not sure if he knew he saved that one, but he sat right down and was able to stop that goal by Alex Jesse. Number 15, Will Putman, coming up with the ball. He passes it over to number 12. Yes.
Aaron pass there.
And looks like that'll be Charger ball.
Think it will be. Mason Schmidt back down. The defender. Scott Thompson back in. And Harry O'Neill subbing out. Here's Alex Jesse. He's compared to some of his games, it's been more quiet with regards to scoring the ball, but he does have 5 assists.
And it does make me wonder. I bet he's trying to give his teammates an opportunity to be contributors and shine and he's not absent from this game at all either. So he's definitely being a supporter as well.
Shot by Connor Corbett through the circle.
And I just think it's funny, like, you know, we think Alex Jesse has kind of had a quiet game. Yet, you look at the stat sheet, and he's tied for the most goals out of anyone on Providence Day's team in this game. That kind of goes to show how much of an impact he has every single game for the Chargers, where he could be leading the game in scoring and in assisting by a wide margin, and you're still like, wow, this has kind of been a slow game for him.
Right, and I bet other people are wondering the same thing. Why has this been a slow game? But without kind of realizing he's not only a player, but he's also a leader. He's not a key player on this team only. He's also a leader on this team. He's a captain. He's going to play in college next year. This is also an opportunity for him to show off his leadership skills as well.
For sure.
And be a mentor for the other boys on the team, especially we have a lot of freshmen on the team this year, so. Number 23, Camden Hughes coming into the game, along with number 13, Harry O'Neill. We have a little over 6 minutes left to go in the game. Chargers lead by 5. Number 12, Stone Ike takes out a Cavalier. Everyone's back up. Kyle Van Dam with another ground ball shot. That might be his 3rd of the game, I believe. He's definitely in there and has opportunity and creating opportunity for himself, along with some good defensive plays tonight. But Mason Schmidt passes it over to Thompson. Thompson finding his way in. He tries to take a shot, and that'll be another ground ball.
Fine. All right, yeah.
Calvin Krause with the ball. Stands are excited. Calvin with the ball.
And we said it earlier. He's kind of that senior energy man for the team. Good to see him back out there.
Yeah. Chargers running down the clock.
Good pass there.
Calvin takes the shot. It goes a little wide left, and the stands make a rumble.
It's a fan favorite, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have Alex Jesse's dad in front of us. A Dartmouth umbrella, Dartmouth
Oh,
belt.
yes. We also have Calvin's dad right here.
Mm-hmm. Matthew McCoy back into the game for the Chargers.
Under 5 minutes to go. Chargers looking and feeling most likely pretty confident about securing this win going into the next game.
Absolutely, and this will be big for them. They're 5-1. This will push them to 6-1 on the season, with their only loss coming a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
They started 5-0 before spring break, and they are back on the winning side.
Yeah.
Here's Masucci.
And Catholic will be a big one for them. Catholic's ranked, I believe, 1st or 2nd right now. So.
Mm-hmm. Timeout called there by Bobby Thompson. Yeah, we can get back on. All right.
We're back for the final 4 minutes and 15 seconds of the game. Chargers lead 12-7. Joseph McCarthy passes it up top to number 11, Will Clark. Will Clark to William McCarthy. Around back to Alex Jesse, over to Schmidt. Over by the sideline to Scotty Thompson, back up to Joseph.
They're going in circles right now.
Same lineup. I think this is what they're going to try to do, which makes total sense. They're just going to run. Unlike basketball, there's not a shot clock telling them they have to score. Great offensive play by Scott Thompson.
What a shot by Will Clark. That's his 3rd goal of the game. Did you catch an assist on that? It was definitely assisted, but I don't know who by.
It might have been by Scotty.
Either him or Alex Jesse, maybe. Because I remember Alex was on that corner. But either way, really nice shot there by Will Clark. Like I said, his 3rd goal of the game. And the Chargers are using every offensive player on the field out there. Everyone got a touch on that play. Great teamwork by Providence State. And I think they're just going to try and run the clock down. They got about 45 seconds of game time off on that possession.
Back up for another face-off. Jack Langston. He wins, I believe, his first face-off of the night. Over to William McDermott, who has quite a bit of speed. I don't know if I've noticed that before, but he comes in bolting towards the goal each time. So number 2, Scotty Thompson. Over to number 22, Joseph McCarthy. McCarthy back up to Will Clark. McCarthy to Jesse. Up to William McCarthy. Over to Schmidt, and once again in circles they're going. Running down the clock. Looks like Joseph's trying to cut in here, picking up the speed. Schmidt loses the ball. He picks it back up. Quick recovery right there. Joseph with an open net.
Wide open.
Not sure really what the goalie was trying to follow there. That was number 31, Spencer Hill. Yeah, not sure what he was trying to follow there, but he lost track of the ball, it looks like, and completely wide open goal for Joseph McCarthy to score his, I believe, 4th goal of the game.
Yeah, that was just easy for Joseph McCarthy. He's not going to miss those shots. I think that's just textbook. He knows that too.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are now doubling the Cavaliers. Really nice performance all around on offense and defense for Providence Day. Great team effort. They have 3 players. Make that 4 with at least 3 goals. Scott Thompson, Alex Jesse, Will Clark, and Joseph McCarthy.
And that was a steal by number 15, Will Putman. Not too much speed trying to come in for an opening by the goal, but he was able to turn over that play and an advantage for the Cavaliers, and he wasn't able to execute there. But the Cavaliers are now on offense, looking for maybe a couple last opportunities here. Yeah, 2 shots taken in the last 30 seconds. William Kirshner battling for the ball. Great defensive play. He looks to pick it up. More of a battle. Ball is loose in the air. Scotty Thompson picks it up.
So I think going into next game, Coach Thompson is really going to emphasize, keeping this momentum up.
Right.
They were on a 5-game winning streak. This is going to be their first of hopefully a new winning streak for the Chargers. Really great performance. We've said it all along. They've played really well as a team, especially Alex Jesse. He has 5 assists to go along with his hat trick. What a pass there. Wow.
Yeah, number 15, Will Putman, has been a key player for the Cavaliers tonight. He is all over the field, making defensive, offensive plays here and there. He's been in for pretty much most of this game.
Him and Connor Corbett and...
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes all it takes is a loss for a team to really come together and win the next however many games, and this is definitely the confidence and the momentum they'll need against Catholic. Catholic was out here scouting before they left for spring break. That'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Chargers win 14-7. Charlie will run us through the goals for the night, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game afterwards.
So Scott Thompson, starting off for the Chargers, Scott had 3 goals. Alex Jesse scored 3 times and also had 5 assists. Will Clark got a hat trick. William McCarthy scored, and Joseph McCarthy scored 4 times. And then for Durham Academy, Camden Hughes scored a goal. Connor Corbett as well. Will Putman scored twice. And number 14, Cole Bell, also scored a goal, as well as 2 goals from number 11, who we do not have on our roster Final score 14-7. Chargers beat the Cavaliers. Really nice bounce back performance by
Yeah.
Providence Day.
So, Charlie, tell me, what do you think the Chargers' biggest strengths were and their biggest weaknesses in this game?
Well, I think the biggest strength by the Chargers was that they were all on the same page, especially on the offensive end. You saw that especially there in the second half when they started implementing full team plays, all 6 guys touching the ball. They had a couple man advantages where they really took advantage of being up, executed really well in the second half. And then on defense, they played really strong as well. 7 goals in Lacrosse is not that bad whatsoever, especially against Durham Academy, who is not a bad team at all.
Right, yeah, they both put up a fight against each other today. A lot of the games we've seen this season have been blowout games, especially at the beginning, and Durham Academy definitely gave them a challenge today, and defense definitely picked up in the second half for Durham Academy. There was a moment there where the Durham Academy scored, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 goals in that second half, and it probably startled Providence Day a little bit, but they were able to direct that energy towards better offense, a stronger defense, more reliable defense, and I think both teams did an incredible job today all around. So Chargers will move on and play Catholic, and that will be on, let's see, they will play Catholic on March 26th, so next week on Tuesday.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this boys varsity lacrosse game. The Chargers will be back to play Charlotte Catholic. We've mentioned it next Tuesday. I'm Charlie Hitt.
This is Mackenzie Eason.